Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you some more CasterMuse Narak StarLeague. We are right now in Group C, and we are in the final match. This is a chance for Mihu to possibly go to that round of 8. That would be absolutely amazing if he's able to take down Beast, but that is a tall order. I think Beast is going to have a style that works reasonably well here against Mihu, as Beast is a very aggressive Zerg player, definitely one of the stronger up-and-coming Koreans. So we'll see what he wants to open with here on Butter. Should be exciting. Now, before we really get into it, I want to thank you once again, as I oftentimes do, because the early game has this kind of free room for watching ArtosisCasts. I'm really happy that so many people have dropped by my stream, for instance, and mentioned that they're really enjoying the daily casts. It's kind of funny, you know, occasionally we have something like you know, a run of ZVZ, or, you know, one of those quick ones like the Arkanoid game, the worst game ever. I literally labeled as that, and everyone goes and watches it. They're like, yep, it's pretty bad. But thank you anyways for tuning in. You know, if there's no bad games, then there's no good games, right? Like, this is an important thing for people to realize. I remember when StarCraft casting was very young and I was doing events. Sometimes organizers would get angry when Tasis and I would literally be like, yeah, this game is not going very well. This is not a very, you know, good game overall. Like, we wouldn't say it exactly in those words, but we definitely wouldn't bring the same amount of hype. And I had to explain to them that without games that are bad, you don't get games that are good. Like, if every game's good, then the good games start to become bad, right? Because you expect more and more and more. So, you know, those games will pop up from time to time, but thank you for watching anyways. I do appreciate it. And please make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. I'm really enjoying doing this, and you know, as I've mentioned, I have a lot of stuff lined up for the casting channel. Obviously, the CasterMuse Narak StarLeague is amazing, and when we finish this up, there won't be any breaks in content or anything like that. I already have matches being played. So, yeah. All right. With that out of the way, here we are in a match that, you know, like I already mentioned, I am excited about. I love watching Mihu play. You know, he is the strongest player that is not Korean. He is the best Terran player that's not Korean as well, and he plays such a different style, so it's always a pleasure to see what he's come up with. You know, studying his games actually gave me a little skill boost when he first won BSL. His kind of off style was really strong at the time. Like, he would just mass units and let Protoss attack into him quite often, because that was kind of the metagame there. But, you know, his style, the thing is, a lot of people ask me, can Mihu maybe make it into ASL, right? Because he does try the qualifiers. A good amount of top players are trying the qualifiers since they're online now. Afrika TV does let some players try, but, you know, I get asked that a lot. And the thing is, I think no. You know, I mention this all the time. It's like, yeah, these guys are getting very, very good, but the depth of the top of the Koreans is so strong. Like, you saw in the match there against Yabsab from Mihu, just brutally dominated, right? Like, Yabsab is someone who still is having a hard time getting into ASL, but, you know, I hope over time, like, I really hope that our current batch of players continues onwards. You know, players like Mihu, like Bonneth, like DeWalt. I hope that they continue to play. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any dip in StarCraft 1. It seems like pretty stable exactly where it's at. So the fact that these players are very active right now is really good. And if they maintain that, maybe over time we'll eventually get someone that can make ASL. But as of right now, you know, I think Mihu doing well. Here we are in the round of 16. He's playing some strong games, and we'll see how he can do. Now, this is a very standard, I know I've been talking a lot about other stuff, but this is such a standard opener, right? This is a fast 2-hatchery layer, third base on location, speed finishing up at the normal time. Very Beast-esque. This is a 2-Rax Academy rush from Mihu. He has 2 medics being made, and he's going to have 7 Marines with those 2 medics. So that's a solid little push. If your opponent does not mass speedlings, you can move out with that. But this is a very wide open natural. So if you do run out with this, I think Beast will very likely counterattack, and it'll be very annoying to clean up. He's making 2 Marines behind, which sometimes people go Firebats, but there's no obvious choke for him to sit those Firebats in, so I don't totally mind what he's doing. And you can see Beast is threatening that runaround. And that's Mihu sees this, and he's trying to zone them out, right? Like he's cleaning up the edges. He's trying to make sure that Beast does not run in. But Beast is so consistently threatening this. This is fantastic play because now the Academy Rush hasn't done anything. He can't get across the map before the Mutalisks are out. And that's what the Academy Rush is designed for. It's designed to shut down a base like this. But if the Zerg does well with the tactics that we just saw there, there's not a real way for you to do it. And then Beast, he gets a little bit greedy there, tries to get in, loses a couple lings. Not a huge deal or anything. But Mihu must stay at home. With the Mutalisks coming out, he's not going to be ready to fight them until the range upgrade finishes. By the way, no +1 attack yet. No +1 attack. That's... like, it might be a little bit of a mistake. I think he forgot it. Ouch. He's making a lot of turrets, but, like, he basically has the money for the +1 attack. And +1 attack you want to get really quickly. It's okay to get range first. And there are builds where you skip +1 attack and go quick factory and switch in a mech. But he got a 3rd barracks, so this is not one of those builds. So, yeah, this is certainly just a mistake. He definitely needs to get that going. Because without that +1, like, you are not going to fight anywhere near as well. When Zerg starts to really mass, if you don't have like, that's actually the real timing of a real push, like a 20 Marine push. It's to get +1 attack and go. But anyways, enough harping on that. A little dive in here from Beast. He does have 8 mutas, and with those lings, we'll be able to take down some missile turrets. The other turret burning, but Mihu went directly north. So you see the Mutalisks have to turn around to go and defend. Can Mihu actually break in here? We saw him with another victory that looked like this earlier in the tournament where he just ran in and killed a bunch of drones, but the mutas are back in time. The mutas are back. This is 11 Marines. This is 10 mutas. The 10 mutas with good micro will end up defeating the Marines over time, especially considering we're rallying up more mutas. A lot of times what you want to do with the mutas is you shark around, and sometimes you like to go down to the bottom, right? So that reinforcement Marines can't make it. So you see him kind of veering in that direction. Now, if you go too far down, Mihu can suddenly stim and go kill drones. But it's a little balance, right? Like, he's trying to stay down here. The reason why he's at this angle is so that those Marines can't have such an easy time reinforcing. And as he whittles this down, like 11 Marines, 11 mutas does end up beating this with good micro. Ooh, Mihu's actually done a reasonable job picking off mutas. Honestly, like, not too bad. Like, he'll end up losing everything, but he gets down to 5 mutas, and there was 12 total, so he kills 7 mutas with that. But don't forget, there are 3 gases right now for Beast, so he's going to continue onwards with those Mutalisks. And Mihu builds some more turrets. Definitely very important. If you start losing your forward bio ball to just Marines, you need to add turrets. It's incredibly important. Oh, this is too lightly defended. I think the natural is actually going to fall. Because, yeah, that's what happens is the mutas overwhelm the Marines. You don't have enough to go back out on the map, and then the mutas come back and really harass. So already, still a good economy here. Very good spread of Marines to block that so far. +1 did get started sometime in the last 30 seconds or so. But, yeah, a little bit late for sure, like we were talking about. Now, the mutas with their +1 attack going to jump in on top of these turrets once again. The Marines walking out run into, some of these mutas that were rallying up themselves. So, kind of a nice catch here, getting some damage. But it looks like Beast just going to jump on everything. You can see absolutely destroying. Mihu really needed critical mass. He needed +1. The attack with the initial, 12 Marines or so, like, I understand, right? Like, he's trying to get damage done, but you see the mastery with which Beast has been able to block that. Now he's on top of the barracks. This is basically game, guys. Even though we have solid SCV count, good production stuff from Mihu, when you're on top of the barracks, Terran will lose like 90%. Okay, GG, that's game 1 with Beast taking down Mihu.